Hello and welcome to the first episode on Motogp 19 of Race Against Pole. We are here for the Spanish Grand Prix and we're playing as Fabio Quartararo today since he got his second pole position in Motogp. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, because it's literally just happened, I've just gone straight on the game after it's finished, he did a 1:39.484, so that is the time we've got to beat today. Now, that's beatable because the top times on the leaderboards are in the 37s, but that does not, not necessarily mean that I'm going to be able to do a 37. So we'll see. I accidentally went out on a pit lap, didn't I? I've just noticed that, so we'll restart flying lap. Just want to sort of get straight into this. Obviously, the physics tweak has kind of messed me about a little bit, but I'm getting there. I don't want to keep complaining about it because, to be fair, it's actually not a bad update. It's just it annoyed me that happened between two of my sessions, so I lost 2 seconds on lap basically out of nowhere. It's annoying, but that was actually a pretty good exit to the last corner. I've not really played the Patronus Yamaha much, to be fair. I played with the factory a little bit. I actually did a race here with the factory yesterday online, so that's how I sort of knew that I probably wouldn't be able to hit 37. Okay, we've crashed at the first corner. Nice one. Right, so let's try that one again. Right, okay, we're trying this again. That was pretty bad. So over the line we go. This could be one where it takes as many attempts, because if you remember back to Motogp 18, the first one, I was sat for about half an hour, I think, trying to beat the lap time in the end. It was Jorge Lorenzo's lap time that day. And this time we've got to beat a 39 484. That's what we've got to beat. If I had to beat a 34, I'd be in trouble. Obviously, the lap times are much more realistic this year, which is what's going to make this a bit harder. Also, obviously, I'm not 100% used to the game yet, and they did throw a little curveball yesterday by changing some things that we had got used to. So we've got to relearn again, but it's all fun. It's all fun. Off turn 5, it's not really a turn. I never really go, oh, that one's classed as a turn, but it is. It's more just a kink on a straight, to be honest. But through turn 8. Towards 9. A bit wide through 9 gallon of power. Really echoey around that section of the track for some reason. Hit markers at the end of the straight. I broke way too early for that. I got on the rear brake nice and hard as well, so that seemed to make it even worse. Into turn 12. We ran really wide through 12. Still formerly known as turn 11. Down to Europe car. Well, see, Morbidelli had a pretty bad high side in free practice this morning. Into the last turn in Catalunya. Try not to exceed the track limits on the exit of the corner. We're going up towards the line. What's the lap time going to be? A 40.5. So we've got we've got just over a second to find. Really 1.1 second. Wow, 1.03. Really, actually, in fact, and we're down again at the first corner. So let's remount and try again. There we go, going for another lap. Problem is, on Motogp 18, I was so used to just putting a bit of rear brake on if I thought I'd overshot a corner, that I keep doing that now, and it just doesn't work on this game. It doesn't like you to do that. You can't be aggressive on the rear brake very much after you've already started to turn in, which is probably more realistic. It's just one of those habits I've got to break. We should be able to find a few tenths from some of the braking zones if they're a bit. I was a bit conservative on that first lap. Obviously, as well with the patch yesterday, the rear tyre doesn't spin as much, so I think the lap time is probably a bit quicker after this patch actually, but it depends. You got to relearn the bike, so they'll be slower initially, but I think in the end they'll be quicker because you lose so much time by getting poor exits. I did think that it was a bit ridiculous the amount the rear spun, and obviously Milestone did too because they seem to have sorted it. But it's definitely made the Yamaha a bit better again. Definitely, the Yamaha was something you're probably going to start avoiding, but this has definitely helped the Yamaha out. This update, it's a much more usable bike now. It doesn't spin as much. Because I always found it spun a lot worse than the others. Obviously, because it does in real life, I guess. But so we gained 3 tenths basically from that braking zone. Got a bit wide into 12 again though. Europe car again. Towards Catalunya. Out of Catalunya we go. Lap time going to be this time. 39.8. 39.8 this time. So we've still got a few more tenths to find. That was a pretty good turn one, I must say. I gained quite a bit on my Ghost. Sorry if the Ghost is off-putting. I just keep forgetting to turn it off, and it doesn't really put me off very much, so I kind of just kept it on. Oh, there, yeah. I was pushing that a bit. For sure, I was definitely pushing that quite a bit there. I would have liked to have done a bit of a cleaner cut then to start the new lap, but I started talking over the poor screen, so not a lot I could do, really. It's that cut in mid-sentence, which is sound off. But here we go again. Into the last corner, trying to get on the throttle as early as we can. It's nice for once that we're redoing laps, not because I invalidated them, because I was just too slow. It's a nice change of pace for sure. So it seems like you can still use quite a bit just in the initial phase of braking. Although I still broke way too late there, so I think I'm just going to reset this lap and go again because I'm already 4 tenths off. Right, so I want to see. So the speed that we took onto the straight was not even anywhere near on that last corner. Yeah, way too hot in. That's that lap done. It's so easy, like when you're pushing turn 1, to just mess it up. I seem to be getting much worse exits off the last corner than previously. So I ran a bit wide today that lap. Although, yeah. Can't quite get the bike flicked over from side to side as I would like, although that's just a trope with this game, to be honest. Not really, it's not the new patch, it was just like that anyway. Bikes are quite stiff to get flipped over from one side to the other, unfortunately. Turn 4, we've messed that one up a bit. Into 5, yeah, there you go. When that was never going to work, was it, let's be honest. Right, up towards the line, start another lap then. Yeah, the exit was dreadful compared to it before. Ah, got him hot into 4. Into 5. Clip the apex a bit too much there. That's one extreme to the other, really, isn't it? Push that into TV3 a bit there. I'm going to do the proper attempt to take turn 10. There we go. That just saved us a load of time there compared to the previous lap. That's the proper pushing, sweaty way to take turn 10, I found. You absolutely slam it down the gearbox, you slam on a load of rear brake, just gets the bike stopped. About this one. Obviously that lap's not going to be good enough, but it's the run. The run is still not great. I feel like we might make less mistakes in this lap. Oh, that was a close one. I lost a lot of time from it, but it was close to a crash. Yeah, that one was a crash though. Just getting too much rear brake on again. Right, so starting another one. The run doesn't seem quite as bad this time actually, so I don't know how we got such a good run that one time though, to be honest. There we go, that's what I've been trying to do into turn 1, but I clipped the inside. That's what I was trying to do, get the rear sliding, and that seems to stop the bike really well. I hadn't been able to do it. I actually realised this wasn't a bad lap when I can't even beat it. Like, probably because I'm just trying to undercut it everywhere rather than take quicker lines on it. I'm in front of it now though. Still ran wide into 9 there, and it got a really good run on me. That would have been a good turn 10 if I hadn't have hit the curb, because then it put me on the tightest line. I had to go so slow. Still, the run was nowhere near this one. I thought I was going to be a really good run because I looked at it compared to that time, but... Oh, that time I lost the front actually. I mean, I lost the front because I lost the rear, but I did actually lose the front. My question is, how are people doing 37s here? Because I'm struggling to get into the 39s. I can do the 39s a bit more consistently if I'm not scared about going off track, but if I'm trying to stick to the track limits like really strictly like this, no, it's really hard to get into 39s, whereas I could do consistent 39s if I don't mind going off to the green a little bit. But that is cheating, so we can't do that here. Come out the last corner. Please tell me it's going to be enough. Or towards the line. What's it going to be? Yes! 39.2! Oh. That was actually probably... I made very few mistakes on that. That was a good lap, I must say. Like, I had to do that. I had to push proper hard for that. But we have beaten the lap time here, so I'm happy about that. Oh. Yes. And we got it by, over 2/10. It wasn't even, well, I suppose that is quite close, but in terms of actually a MotoGP qualifying session, it's not even close, so we can be happy with that. Come on, do a wheelie. So, yeah, like last year, I'll go and have a look at the leaderboard, see what that puts me, but you got to remember it is early days, so it's probably a little bit skewed. And the lap times have been really fast here, I don't know how, so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we'll check out the leaderboards and see where that puts us. So in the end then, that puts us P40, and no, I'm not French, it's just because I was playing as Quartararo, as why it has the French flag next to me. I'm sure you already knew that anyway, and I'm sure you can tell I'm not French from my accent and my appalling attempt to pronounce the corner names at Le Mans in the past. But yeah, 40th, not too bad with that. Not too bad with that. That doesn't really make sense. That's not too bad, considering that, you know, I was struggling quite a bit there. Oh, that was a sweaty lap. I apologise for not saying anything on it, but I was proper pushing, and I feel like I made very few mistakes. And I could have probably pushed turn 10 a little bit more, but I really didn't want. I saw I had a 4/10 lead going into there, and I did not want to bottle it. So yeah, luckily we managed to extend even more time. So I'm really happy with that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'll be doing this every week, obviously, as I have been. If you've not seen my previous ones, they're alright, but they're usually done in like one lap or so because the lap times aren't close. I feel like this series are going to be much more fun on this game because I'm going to have to properly push to beat the lap times, because usually when I redo the lap time it's because I've messed up, I've trail brake too much and I've fallen off or gone wide and invalidated. This was because I wasn't fast enough, so I was pushing flat out to try and gain as much time as we can. Also helps me improve at the game as well if I'm having to push flat out more, so it's a fun little series. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next video.